Hi, welcome back to Christine's Home Affairs. A couple of years ago I put a video up for a spiral cap or a chemo cap, and the fabric that I used was all black and black stitching. It was really difficult to see what I was doing, so I've had several people request this video be done again in a better fabric so that they can make this chemo cap. A couple of things have prevented me from doing that. One, I just have not had the time, but I also haven't had a fabric that was suitable enough to be able to repeat this cap. So recently I got some stretchy fabric, and the other day Sue reminded me that I needed to make this video, so here it is. This is Earl. This is our twisted cap or a chemo cap. It's got a double twist at the top up here, and it's made out of one piece of fabric. Nothing else to it, just one piece of fabric. So I'm going to show you how to make this again. This time you'll be able to see things much more clearly. So to start with, all you need is a piece of fabric that is perfectly square, and you need to measure the circumference of your head. I've gone and done that already. You can make this in any size you like. The technique will be exactly the same. All you need is one measurement for your head or for somebody else's. Let's get to it. All right, I have a perfectly square piece of fabric, and the fabric that I've cut is the same size as the circumference of my head. So my head measures 58 centimeters or 23 inches all the way around, and that is what size we need to cut our fabric. The fabric you want needs to have a stretch that goes both directions. This one is much more stretchy this way than it is this way, but it's the only one that I could find where you could actually see what I'm going to be stitching. So ideally you want to have a good two-way stretch that goes in both directions like that. Let's fold the fabric in half. I'm going to bring right sides together because it'll be easier to mark my lines on the fabric. So my fold is down this end here, and then I'll bring the side edge across to form a square. So we have both folded edges along the bottom here, and then you've got the single fold along this side. So with my head measuring 58 centimeters, I need the half measurement for that. So that will be 29 centimeters or 11.5 inches. I'm just going to turn this around because it's easier for me to work with. So the two folds are over here and the single fold is along here. I've got raw edges here and here. Starting from this corner where the folds are, I'm going to measure my 11.5 inches or 29 centimeters, and from the corner we're going to make marks all the way around from this side to that side. And you're going to be making those 11.5 inch marks as you go around, always from that folded corner. Once you've marked your lines going around there, you can just create one solid line following those markings. And we've created the curve for our pattern. We can cut that out now. And we can remove our pins. And before you open it out, we're just going to mark the folded edges here. And on this side. So I've popped a pin into the fold over this side and into both folds on this side, and if you open that out, we've got our quarters marked on the fabric. I want to remove the pins, so on this side here I'm going to mark the centre here and on that side. And on the other side, we're going to mark a couple of lines that are a couple of inches on either side of the pin. If we measure 2 inches or 5 centimetres on each side, we can remove that pin as well, come up to the other end, and we'll also measure 5 centimetres or 2 inches. So I've made some much stronger markings in there so that you can see that this time. Let's fold our fabric in half on this centre line here. We'll bring these marked edges together. And now what we're going to do is just place your hand over this side here to hold the fabric in place. We're going to grab this and we're going to twist it around or flip it around like that. So it kind of has a butterfly effect. That's our first twist. We're going to do that one more time to create a double twist. And that will then bring both folds in on the same side. Now we're going to take our outside edge where we've marked the centre, both sides, and we're going to bring those edges together. So leave that twist in the centre. We want that single marking and this single marking to meet up, and then we can start pinning. So we've got our twisted edges along here. You've got those double markings down along here somewhere. They'll be hidden away in a moment. You'll just open out the raw edges of your fabric with right sides facing. We've got those single markings lined up, and we're going to pin this together until you can't get any further. You don't need to stretch your fabric, just place the layers together. And even though the fabric is all twisted and jumbled up, just trust the process. As you come up to the bulk, you can just manipulate the fabric so that you can keep those layers together. And eventually you'll come to the point where you've marked the first 2-inch gap. So I've got that just there, and on this side. I'll line that up. And we've got that bulk of fabric sticking out a little hole there. So we've got this pinned all the way around to the centre. Now you can turn it around and continue pinning from the centre to the other side. And as you come up to the other end, there's going to be lots of bulk in here. Find those markings that we've made. All right. This is where we've started. We've come around this side and pinned that together up to the knot, and then we've pinned this together up to that little knotted area. Where we've made our centre marking, remove that pin. This is the opening that we're going to leave to turn our cap through when we're finished. The other opening will be closed up shortly. Let's take this to the machine. With a back stitch, we're going to start sewing here, go all the way to that mark you've made on this side. When you've done that, come around and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I'm going to start with a back stitch, and I'm only using a 1/4 inch seam. Make sure you've got only the 2 layers of fabric underneath. You'll need to move this bulk out of the way as you get to it. And as you come up to that mark we'd made earlier, it will get a little bit fiddly, so you can just stick your fingers in there and move that bulk out of the way. And hold on to that fabric as you come around. Sew up to that mark you've made and backstitch. And that's it for that side. Turn it over. This is where I started earlier. That's the center marking, and I'm starting at the next pin, just to leave myself an opening. Start with a backstitch. And again, I've come up to the opening. I'll sew up as far as I can. So here's what we have so far. This is the center mark that we started off at. We've got our little opening along here, and on the opposite side we've got our knot inside here. So where this knot is here, we need to close up the raw edges over this side. You can see the mark we've made on this side and the one we've made on this side. We need to bring those together to meet. So just turn that around this way. Where you've ended your seam here, open that out. And this one here, line both of those marks up. So we're going in the opposite direction now. So our first seam came along this way and kept going. Now this one here will go around the other way. You're going to have to manipulate this at the machine because we've got all that fabric inside the twist. So we'll start sewing, and just like you do with your scrunchies, you'll pull the fabric through as you come along. So that's our intersection here. Start sewing at that mark, continue on around, and at the machine we'll just pull that fabric through as we get to it. It's very similar to what we did in the ponytail cap that I did a few weeks ago. So I'm going to start sewing here where I made my first mark with a back stitch. And then you can see the raw edges here are tucked away inside the twist here. So as we come around with our sewing, we'll pull this out and continue on. Just make sure you don't have the bulk of your twisted knot underneath the area that you're sewing as well. So pull the fabric out, and you'll have both seams wanting to come out together. And just sew a little bit at a time. Eventually, you'll have pulled enough of this through that you'll come back to the beginning. You can see the mark I've made here. That's the beginning or the end of our sewing. And continue on until you get to that intersection. And then backstitch. So that last part was the most fiddly part of the whole process, but it's all been sewn together now. And we can find our opening that we've left at the other end and start pulling it all through. So where the opening is here, you can just bring the seams together and we'll top stitch that opening closed. I'll quickly go and do that now. You can whip stitch if you don't want the stitching to be noticed. So I've top stitched right on the very edge here, and this is now ready to be used. I don't remember which way it goes. So all you need to do now is find the knot and then tuck everything inside until you have it shaped like a hat or a cap. And I'll grab my sewing buddy Earl, and there we have it. I hope this video worked out much better than the last one. I went for something nice and bright and white on the inside so that you could actually see the stitching and the edges that I was actually putting together. Do you think Earl rocks this cap? I reckon he does. I don't think I do. I'm not a good cap wearer. Let's have a look. So there you go, that's it on my head. I've measured this to my head. Now keep in mind I'm actually wearing a bulky ponytail at the top here, so it will actually come down a little bit. It actually feels like a really loose fit. So if you want something that's a little bit tighter around your head, then you might actually want to reduce the size of it just a little bit. Not too much though, because you don't want to cut off the circulation up there. Do things get circulated up there? I don't know. Not much happens up here in my head. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video, that it is much more visible now to those that need it, and I shall catch you next time. Bye for now.